Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest planned info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program. Thank you, sweet sister Mercy, for that wonderful theme song. Let me just hit that abruptly off. There we go. Hi, Glenn, checking in on the YouTube channel. It's good to have you with us today. And let me know if it sounds all right, folks. Still having some technical issues on the sound side here. Let us know what you think. If you can hear it and it sounds okay, let me know. All right, let's say hi to Glenn. And like I said, he's on YouTube. Kevin Cooper in the house. Good to see you, Kevin. From the Hanky Panks, Eyes Up Here, and Kevin Cooper Acoustic. Skip from Liars for Hire. Wow, back from Naples. How was it? Did you enjoy it? I hope. Quentin Fife from Ladder in the house. Good to have you with us today. The lovely, I got her again yesterday, with a voice like butter sprinkled with cayenne pepper. It's Gina McCann. It's my signature line for you from here on out, Gina. Love you, my dear. You killed it. We're going to talk about yesterday's event here at the end of the show today, so stay with us. Thank you, Glenn, for saying it sounds fine. All right. What's going on, Jim McCarthy? I'm not MC Cool. No, it might be MC Hammered or something like that. The Renegades in the house. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. Glad to have you with us. Guys, if you're just checking in, we'll give some people a chance to log on to the show here, and then we'll get started with our weekend update. A lot of great music out there this weekend for people to see. Hi, Kent Myers. Thank you. Pat Riley in the house. Haven't seen you in a while, Pat. Hope you're doing all right. What else we got here? Say hi if you're out there, people. If you're watching the show today, we're letting the live viewership start to climb a little bit here and see what happens. I will tell you, I got notified today, but I did get notified by the Book of Face again that they've slowed us down in that stuff. There's Butch Snyder from 0 Hour. How's that, Butch? I got it right today. Hi, Bill. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. And Bill, I'm having trouble every time I go to accept your tag on a post for those videos. It's not letting me today, but Karis was having the same problem with tagging people. So I think it's a Facebook issue. Hopefully it'll get fixed. So we'll get those put up on our page as well, because everybody wants to see those. Pat Riley saying howdy. How you doing, Pat? Good to have you. Butch, I know. It's my old brain, man. I see a Butch and I just don't get who it is sometimes. Too many Butches, as we said. Hollywood, thank you so much for being with us. Great to hang out with you yesterday and your lovely bride. It's always fun. Jamie Minnick, thank you, my love. I appreciate you very much. We had a great day yesterday. We did. We're going to talk about it here in detail in a minute, but let me get to a couple other things and then we'll chat on that. But Jamie, thank you for that compliment. It means so much coming from you because you see a ton of music. You do. And thanks. I try to be the host with the most when I'm there, and that's what we have fun doing. So first and foremost, guys, let me say welcome to the program here at the All Around Town Radio Studios in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio, where just 2 hours ago the tornado sirens were a-blowing, and it was a little ugly outside. I happened to be in a local grocery store when that happened, Dorothy Lane Market, and I will say they did a great job. The tornado warning went off. They shut down their registers. They sent everybody to the back of the store to ride that baby out. But luckily, no damage where we were. And I will get on a little soapbox. I just posted it on my private page here, or my personal page, just a little bit ago. If you're going to make fun of tornado warnings, unfriend me. Do it. Because if you've never experienced a tornado or the aftermath and the death and destruction, quit making fun of that crap, man. Because you have no idea. When it blows through your front door, you'll know what I mean. So we'll leave it at that. We will. Manic Monday. How you doing, Kevin McCoy? Hey, you know what today is? Today's a really great day. It's actually National Kahlua Day and also National Strawberry Day. So how about we mix a little Kahlua with strawberries? That sounds good to me. Craig Ballard, you killed it yesterday, my friend. We're going to talk about you too. Kevin McCoy, we got to connect someday, man. Haven't seen you in ages. All right. So don't forget to follow us, guys. Tell your friends to follow us, too. I had so many people come up to me yesterday and say, we love what you're doing and all that, and anything we can do to help you. The only thing you can do to help us is get the word out there that we're supporting local music and get your friends that love music to follow our show. And, an occasional like and share is even a bonus, so thank you for that. You can follow us on all the social media sites, including Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and such. At Hall Around Town Radio. All those on there. Kevin McCoy says White Russians for everyone. Absolutely. So, yeah, keep it coming, folks. Keep the comments coming out there. We want to hear from you if you're with us. There's Sly in the house. How you doing, Sly? I see you popping up on the screen. Got to hang with that lovely lady on Friday night. Dean Martin says hi. Did anybody see that, Dean Martin? I had a life-size cardboard cutout of Dean Martin waiting for me when I got somewhere on Friday. Compliments of Hans Sly Luger Schrode. Yes, who's on here? All right. We're very thankful for the opportunity to bring you live local music news, etc., guys. And thanks for the 3,000 views on Thursday's show. Little down, but like I said, the Book of Face is slowing us down in the feed because they don't like something we're doing. They call it clickbait. When we ask you, who'd you see play out over the weekend? So we've stopped doing that for a couple of weeks to see if it even changes anything. I bet it won't. It's just a way they want you to pay for ads. They do. If you want to do that, you can take out an ad and it'll be okay then, as long as you're paying them for it. Extortion. It is. Extortion. Yeah, there were a ton of people, Roger, making fun of tornado warnings online today. I saw it. It's like, it's like an inconvenience. Oh, those sirens are bothering me. Well, they're there for a reason. There for a reason. Don't get me started. No. Hey, Glenn, send Jamie that picture, please, if you're listening. Glenn sometimes is driving. He doesn't see the comments, so I'll throw that out there. Yes, Jim McCarthy said Dat Band was off the hook at the Bell on Saturday. All right. Thank you for that. So let me go back in my week. What's Sean Cooper got to say here? Yeah. So good. So good to see you. And what a great time it was. He said killer venue. First time Sean had been at the Bell. And, he's from up my way up here. And actually, when you if you step into Milano's on Wednesday nights when they have music, which I've been to numerous times, you'll see Sean there most of the time. He's running the show there. And Sean, you're awesome, dude. Thank you so much for being there yesterday and having Leanne with you. It was a bonus to see her as well out of her element. So thank you guys for participating yesterday in our wonderful event at the Bell and the Bear, which we'll be talking about here at the end of the show for sure. So yeah, don't forget to hit the share button, guys. If you'll do that, we appreciate that little share once in a while on your page and let people know what we're doing. Going to kick it back to last week on Tuesday to give you a little week in review here. We did our trivia at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. We do it every Tuesday night. And you can see the lovely Leanne there that we were just talking about on Tuesday with us. Normally along with Danny and Miss Crystal taking care of business there on Mr. Burroughs' floor on a Tuesday. We do trivia there every Tuesday from 7 until 9:30. Then this week, I took a night off from the Bell and the Bear Jam because I knew I was going to be there on Sunday all day, so I wouldn't miss all my peeps. But I took a night off on Thursday and attended a great event at Harrigan's. It's called M-O-E, Harrigan's Tavern now in Kettering. Used to be just called Harrigan's Tavern. And it was a benefit for Brian Boggs, someone who's very near and dear to our hearts. And Brian has esophageal cancer, and he's getting ready to have surgery on Monday. Or actually, is it today? Yeah, it's today. And I've not had a chance to hear anything about how Brian did yet, but he had surgery today. And this benefit was for him. And there were some incredible players put together by Shane DeMoss from Until Rust. He put that one together really short notice. Everybody found out about that. It was kind of a short notice thing. They threw it together and really did a great job. I don't know what they ended up making, but I can tell you it was a significant amount of money that night. A lot of 50-50 raffles, things like that going on, but some wonderful music there at Harrigan's. And that was... first of all, when we walked in, the boys from Last Call were on the stage. Dave Linda, Chris Reynolds, killing it as they always do with their jams, as I like to say. And Kara Liz was hiding in the back with the puppy we had there. So, yeah. Well, you know. Let's see what else. So Last Call kicked that off. Then Benny Bodine played a set. Then Heath Bowling played a set. And then Mike and Tiff from Short of Stable, that we talk about a lot on the show, played a set. And then Seven and Jason from Six String Hustle played a set. Then had a little collaboration take place. Nick Wheeler from Truck got up there and played bass. Seven and Jason backing up Jacob William, who was in there for the final act of the night. And what a great night of love and caring for a nice man named Brian Boggs. And really a good event there. And man, Harrigan's was humping. They were working. It was full. And it was a great time. So hats off to Shane DeMoss for doing that. Guys, make some comments. Let me know if you're out there, who you are. I see John Burry in the house. Hello, John. And Corona J. Buffett has joined the party. Good to have you with us. So that was our Thursday night. Now, let me talk about Friday for a minute, and then we're going to get into the big meat and potatoes of what we're here to talk about today, and that was yesterday's event at the Bell and the Bear, which was a long one, but a good one. It was. So let's chat about Friday night. I got invited, or I hired, for lack of a better term, to do trivia at a VFW in Kettering. Now, never do I do trivias on Friday and Saturday. I go out and see live local music, but they're veterans are very near and dear to my heart. So when asked to do this and told that, they're trying to rebuild this post and get more income in and, create a great atmosphere for their membership and all that stuff, I said, sure, I'll do it on a Friday night. We did flashback trivia, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Each decade, we did 5 questions about the decade. And then we did 5 songs from the decade. And then a bonus lyric at the end and things like that made it a lot of fun. We had a blast. All right. We had an absolute blast there on Friday night. Now, they had their fish fry going on. When I got there to set up at 5:30, the place was full. I was like, oh, no. How are these people that are coming to trivia going to get in? Well, it ended up working out. And we got everybody in, 200 people plus there on Friday night for a great evening of fun, friendship, and hilarity with trivia. That's where Dean Martin was. He was up on the stage with me. And we actually played a Dean. I had people bidding to not play Dean Martin songs on the break, but Hansi won out. Yes, won out. So a great time. They had a fish fry. Like I said, it was massive. $12 all you can eat. And this fish was fantastic, by the way, just in case you're a foodie. And then the music was fun. The people enjoyed it. And they asked me to come back. So I guess it did all right. So they're going to have me back again. And we're going to try another one of those here before Lent is over, I think. Probably the end of the month. Probably the last Friday of the month next month. And we'll hit that up depending on what my schedule looks like. So Kara says she can see why everyone loves Thursday, Bell and the Bear. Yeah, it was crazy. And I'm going to talk about it, like I said, here in a minute. I won't steal the thunder on that one yet, but I'll get into it. Hi, Rob. Thanks for joining us today. Guys, keep the comments coming. If you're watching after we're live, please make a comment. Let us know you were there and watch the show, because we get so many views after we're live, and I never know who they are because you don't hit that little like button or you don't hit a comment up, and we'd love for you to do that if you would. So thank you to the VFW staff who was humping that night, the bartenders, the people in the kitchen. It was great. It was really a fun time. We did 7:30 to about 10 o'clock. I had a great time with those folks. So thank you for inviting me out there and having a great time with us. Hi, Tierra. Thank you for joining me. Haven't seen you in ages. We got to get together. It's been a while. It's been a while. All right. So here's what happened. Hansi, you're and Sly. Hans Sly, I'll say. You were a hoot, too. You're always fun. Thanks for the shot at the end of the night. And also, it was a great night. I enjoyed it very much. And Bonnie Kirchner, how are you? Thank you. Tim, thank you for being here. Chris Reese with his usual cool kid, sup. Steve Short, how are you? Good to have you with us. So Saturday, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can give me a demerit for it, but I didn't get out Saturday and see any live music. I had grandpa duty. And grandpa duty is going to a tournament for two grandkids that were playing basketball. So we did that day and enjoyed ourselves, and Mrs. Hall around town and I. And unfortunately, the teams lost, but we had fun. And that's what we did on Saturday and enjoyed it. Hi, Tiffany. Tiffany May in the house. Casey Gomez in the house. Got to see him yesterday. Got a picture with the Legends of Hamilton I did. Yes, Tiffany, how you doing? And Bonnie, it's good to see you here, honey. All right. So we took Saturday night off, didn't do it, but we did roll into the Bell and the Bear on Sunday. And that's what I want to get into today and talk about, because if you were there, I want to hear from you too. And I want to hear what you thought about it. Hello. Speaking of being there, Mr. Jim Cuesta. And Jim Cuesta says, thank you, man. Well, I was feeling it a little this morning. I was. That was a long day yesterday. But we had a blast. It was fun. Not as long as the Sunday before at Autism Rocks, I'll say that, but it was a good one. Thank you for that, Jim Cuesta. You're a professional always, man. You killed it yesterday as always on the keys. And yes, only young once. Yes, it was time well spent, and it'll always happen, Kevin Cooper. It trumps everything. If something happens with the grandkids, it trumps everything. It does. You just got to do those kind of things. Chris Reese tried to make it, but he ended up laid up with the crowd. I heard you were a little under the weather, Chris. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. And John Burry, nothing like having grandkids. Yes, always trying to make good memories with them, and they are fun. They are. Glenn wants to say Sunday was an all-star lineup. Well, I'm going to agree with that 110%. And thank you, Dave Wade. I love you, my friend. And it was great hanging out with Dave Wesco. I'm sorry. I thought that was Dave Wade. Fun hanging out with all the musicians. See how well I can read right now on the screen. It said a W, and I just thought, well, that's Dave Wade. But it's not. Dave Wesco. Thank you so much. So let me talk about Sunday, guys. Who was there? Raise your hand if you were there. Hit the thumbs up if you're on Facebook or something. Christopher Kitchell in the house. Thank you for being with us. Wow. Got a few of you rolling in today. Thank you for being here. Skip's back on. He must have got kicked off. He's back. All right. So there's Chris again on here saying that we're all hallmates. I'm telling you, that sounds like a prison sentence. It does. And Jamie Minnick. I'm going to agree with you, Jamie Minnick. Yesterday was a jam to remember forever. And it wasn't the Thursday jam. It was totally different than that, if some of you come to Thursdays. But the people that played together yesterday were people you'll probably never see play together even again. And that was what was so cool about yesterday. And yeah, and so many people, as Hollywood said, on and off the stage. It was the same way Thursday night when I was there at that fundraising event. There were so many musicians in the audience who didn't even play, didn't care to play, just got there to support. And that's what happened again yesterday. And it's so good to see when that kind of thing happens at the Bell and the Bear, especially. And Bill got 19 videos yesterday. He's going to be posting them. I think you ought to post them on YouTube as well, and then just post a link to them so people can get to your YouTube channel. That's my opinion of it. I think YouTube's a better video platform sometimes than the Book of Face. But yeah, it's the way it is. Martin's living in the land of the devil when in Xenia. I'm glad you missed another one today. Yeah, that's X marks the spot in Xenia, unfortunately. And thank you, Martin. I appreciate it. It was a great day yesterday. Martin was there. We'll mention him in a minute as well. I'm trying to get to all your comments, guys. Thanks for loading it up here. I appreciate it. Mike Roberts in the house. Kara was there yesterday. And the talent was amazeballs. It was. Hi, Jennifer Long. They did a fundraiser yesterday at Little River. Yeah, I unfortunately couldn't attend that one because I was doing another one. But Scotty was helping with that one and running that show, and a good thing going on there for a fundraiser. Someone in the kitchen, right, Jennifer? I think. And Mike did 2 benefits yesterday. He showed up to 2 of them. Okay. Casey Gomez. Yes, Bill needs his own YouTube channel. I agree, Casey. I think that would benefit Bill a lot. So, yeah, Bill's a great guy, great videographer, and a wonderful person. And guys, again, my eyes, I'm straining. So if I look stupid looking at the screen, that's what I'm doing here. I'm still trying to figure all this out. But we'll get there. Hi, Dave. He said, had a great Saturday with Journey Rock Show at the Blue Note. Thank you for that. Bill says he has one. All right, there we go. There's Bill's. And Jim Kilroy saw Miss Jackie. Jennifer said it was the kitchen manager at Little River. Well, thank you for doing that, Jennifer, and I hope you guys raised a lot of money for him. People are being generous. They are, and they were generous yesterday. So let me talk about the bill. I've got to start with Karis. None of this would ever be possible without this crazy blonde that I do a show with on Tuesday who comes off sometimes as opinionated and downright funny, and she's just a wonderful person. But Karis has a heart bigger than that entire room. And she does so many fundraisers for people. If you don't know Karis personally, you need to get to know her, because she is one hell of a person who would literally give you the shirt off her back, maybe naked doing it. You never know about her, but I love Karis to death. She is a wonderful person, and I enjoy so much working with her. We have so much fun playing off each other and some of that, even on the stage yesterday. We had a blast doing just some raffles and auctions. And, you know, they originally had thought they were going to do this guitar raffle like a silent auction where you come up and you write on a bid sheet. And Karis was like, that's not going to make enough money. And she stood up on her soapbox and said, I am talking about you, Karis. Thanks for being here. I didn't know you were here. She stood up on her soapbox a little bit and said, no, we need to auction that off in a live auction. And we did, and it brought $1,000 to the cause. That's the genius that she is. And she's wonderful. And yeah, the Bell staff, they were kicking butt all day long. I think they ran out of Bloody Mary stuff before the show even started. There were so many people ordering those. And look at the comments rolling in here. She's spunky. That's a good term for her. I use other terms sometimes, but it's all right. Yeah, Ditch said, what a great day. Hollywood said she's an awesome person. She's a wonderful person. You are late, Karis, but I'm glad you're here. And Mike giving kudos to the Bell staff. Thank you, Mike. And I love you back, Karis. And I enjoyed working with you so much yesterday. There's Shane DeMoss. How you doing, Shane? Talked about you at the beginning of the show today, and your fundraiser on Thursday night. What a great time that was as well. Thank you so much for what you did and putting that together. I know it's not easy to do those things, so great job with that one. And Steve Short's never met her. She does tons for the music scene. And as Mr. Chris Reese just said here, Saturday was sweet. He was there Saturday night with Dat Band, and that was a great night. It was a packed house. I saw the videos from that. But let me talk about the volunteers who, you know, Karis puts in countless hours. She puts in hours communicating back and forth with people. We communicate weekly on things, and she's busy from the minute she gets out of bed to the minute she goes to sleep at night. It's all about work. And that's why it's so successful. And she does a wonderful job. And as Karis is saying here, thanks, Mike. Staff is phenomenal. You really are, Karis. Your staff kicked butt yesterday, and it was packed in there on a Sunday. And I know your Sunday bartender, she's not always used to having that kind of crowd, and she was killing it, along with the rest of them that were back there doing their thing. And Sean is just a wonderful person. I love Sean, and he is great. And Casey Gomez throwing it in there. Great benefit. Made some new friends. You know, that was cool yesterday too. The love in the room of people meeting everybody. And I'll get to the music list. I promise I'm rambling, I know, but I want to talk about this. I want to talk about certainly the staff. And I want to say you've probably never seen a jam session like what happened yesterday. Someone sprinkled the magic dust on the room. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, it got incredibly better. It was insanely good. And yeah. And Jim says fundraisers go like clockwork. They go like clockwork because of Karis. I'll tell you that right now. Because Glenn says it'll be hard to beat yesterday. It's going to be very difficult to beat yesterday. It is. So Johnny Fink put together the musical lineup, and boy, he did a good job. He really did. And as I said, with the group that we had there putting this together, of Karis and Johnny and the folks from staff, Save the Animals Foundation, when they announce this, and it'll be announced in a day or so, it's going to be incredible. We don't even have the announcement yet from Ken Anderson and Autism Rocks. They're still collecting money. So we'll get those all out to you on the numbers, but those are all going to be super big. And this one's going to be great. But I've got to talk about two people as well. And they don't like to get a lot of accolades. They don't like to have their tires pumped up, any of that. But I'm going to do it. It's Brian and Kelly Peters, because they match these events. They match funds. And Brian and Kelly Peters are just great human beings. That's all I can say. What they do, they're humble, they're quiet, sit in the back, don't want to get on stage and have any big fanfare, but they give, and they give to a lot of things. And we thank them so much for that. And I'm anxious to see what the total is going to be on this one for sure. And Craig Ballard, you worked your butt off back there, man, on percussion yesterday. Did you ever leave the kit? Did you ever take a break? I don't know if I ever saw you off the kit all day. And yeah, Brian and Kelly are amazing people, Davey. They truly are. But let me talk about the lineup for this event here, and then we got to go. But yesterday at the Bell and the Bear, I didn't think you left the kit, Craig. From the time it started till the end, man, you win the award. He played all day. I don't know. I'd had to go pee 3 or 4 times. Yes. Jim McCarthy giving Brian and Kelly a shout out. So it started out one song basically with Johnny Fink and the Intrusion, just to kick it off, get the sound dialed in. And Jeff Vance, if you're watching, he watches afterwards sometimes, your sound is perfect. Jeff Vance doing the production yesterday with that many moving parts. Perfect. So yeah, let's talk about all these people. Ben Walls got up and played. 20 years, okay, singing in the area. He's got 2 CDs of original music out. He's releasing another one on May 20th. Ben Walls hit it up. And I mean, there was a host of people playing drums. Doug on the drums, Roger on the drums, Doug Drew on the drums. Gosh, somebody knows. I know Marty was playing bass, but the other guy from Johnny Fink's band that was playing some bass too. Somebody lay his name in there, because I never got it, because Johnny was going to introduce them and I never got a chance to introduce them or even talk about them. I felt a little bad about that. But let's get a count, Glenn, of how many bands. You count while I'm talking here, will you? And be my production assistant here on this one, if you can. So Ben Walls. Then Kathy Laverde, one of the hosts of the Bell and the Bear Jam, got up on bass. Gina McCann was up there for a short bit in the beginning and then came up again later. We'll talk about her. That's right. Mike Grosser. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Gina McCann. I knew that in the back of my head. I just didn't know it here off my lips. Thank you. So Kathy Laverde, she comes up and plays and jams and does a great job with Johnny Fink and the Intrusion. Again, celebrating 31 years of their music. 31 years. That's a long time, people. Then he's small, but he's mighty. He's small, but he's mighty. Noah Witherspoon. I don't want to talk about him, but I want to see what Brian Peters had to say. Brian, you are a great human being, my friend. You are. That was the jam of the year. It was. Yes. Thank you so much for what you do. And yeah. And You know as well as I do how hard Karis works on these things, and Johnny putting this musical lineup together, it was crazy. Hollywood said everyone on stage killed it. We'll talk about Mason as well. Mason was a guitarist. Mason Johnson. Let's see what else we got. Noah Witherspoon. Did anybody happen to hear him play yesterday? This kid's a phenomenon. Okay, I did shows with him when he was like 13. His mom was driving him to the shows. He's been playing over 20 years. Started at age 11. Okay. He's won the Cincinnati Blues Challenge Best Guitarist at the Memphis Blues Challenge, International Blues Challenge, that is. Noah Witherspoon's a force. He is a force. Absolutely. And they says that's the first time you've ever seen Noah. Brian said, yeah, Brian, it's incredible. And Noah's, and he's a humble guy too. He's been everywhere, man, to coin a Johnny Cash phrase. And And Mason here, who's a fantastic guitarist himself, says he's jaw-dropping. You know, when you're in the presence of those kind of musicians, Mason, you got to be proud to be on the stage with them for sure, but I'm proud to be in their presence as well. And yesterday, I can't tell you how many times this whole event brought me to tears. I mean, it really did. And I that normally doesn't happen to me in an event, but the mashups that were going on stage and the amount of love that was put into that room was just incredible yesterday. And I really, really enjoyed it. Brian giving you a shout out, Mason, as well. So there you go. Off the chain. He is. Yeah, I saw you wiping your eyes a couple times there, tough girl, Karis. She was. But yeah, it's music that's magical. And Noah, he bent the strings and he played, and his playing off of Johnny Fink was fantastic. They've played together, and all that at different events. It was cool. And then Casey Gomez from CFG and the Family, along with Mason Johnson, Gina McCann up there again, doing some stuff with him. Casey on the harmonica and singing his bluesy voice. Casey Gomez, man, he is a force to be reckoned with. And his band, if you don't follow him, CFG and the Family, when we're done today, immediately go to their page and hit like. I'm telling you, you want to go see this band. And Casey Gomez, super nice guy. He was working the room like a champ, too. Casey was out there shaking hands, kissing babies like he was running for political office or something. But I like the way he works the room. I like the way he makes them his family. And he met so many people yesterday, and I just watched him in awe about how he did that, and not only on stage but off stage. He's just a super personable, nice guy. And like Dave Taylor was there from the interns. He didn't play, but he's there supporting, and that was cool to see as well. Dave Taylor is another one of those people that's ridiculously talented. So good. So, Casey, thank you. I enjoyed watching you sweat on the stage, man, like you always do, because you put 110% into it. And really, really cool show that you put on. Mason, if you're still out there, fantastic guitar work as always. That slide you do, man, is so cool. And Mason, I said it yesterday on the mic in front of a huge crowd. Mason Johnson is the future of music. He's a young person who gets it. He really is. And it's good. Thanks, Bob. Are you talking about hitting Casey? I don't know who you're talking about. All right. So I got to move on, guys. I'm dragging here. I got to go. I don't want to shortchange anybody, though. Melissa from DV8 and Dreamboat Annie. Melissa Reed up there with Dave Wade from DV8. Jim Cuesta playing keyboards. Greg Ambergy playing keyboards all day. Both professional keyboard players. Fantastic people to work with. And Melissa got up there, did some different songs than I'm used to hearing her do, which was really cool. And I don't want to miss Rick Kern either, because Rick Kern's another one that you see his face at the Bell and the Bear a lot. And Rick Kern's a rock star, people. He's in the Eagles Project. He's in Blackbone Cat. Anytime you can see Rick Kern on stage, you're going to get a hell of a good show. So Rick Kern, so much fun. Dave Wade up there rocking himself out like he always does on the bass and singing. and wearing his beanie cap, which I got a picture of that says DMFW on the back. Those of you that know him know what that means. Yes. So moving through those folks. How about Boss Hogg? 25 years in Cincy music. He's a music professor at Northern Kentucky University playing saxophone. Absolutely slayed it. Slayed it as well. I'm getting to Gina McCann. Gina McCann, man. She makes me just want to put the covers over my head in the bed and listen to her music all night long. She is that kind of good. Incredible. Hi, Pete. Thank you. Craig Ballard said killed it. Boss Hogg killed it on the saxophone. Absolutely. He was fantastic. Super personable guy. We had a blast back in the, if you want to call it, the green room. Really good stuff. And yeah, I think Kara said it. She gives everybody goosebumps. Gina does. And when she opens her mouth to sing, beauty comes out. Let me tell you, it's amazing. So that was some of the players. Ann and Brian Coleman were up there. There was a mashup with Melissa and Ann doing some of their Dreamboat Annie heart stuff. Brian Coleman is another one from Blackbone Cat. He's a professional. He's a super good guy. And he busts his butt when he gets up there to play, man. He's one of those great people. And Jim says Gina's easy on the ice. Thank you, Jim, for taking it to a new level. There you go. Craig Ballard said Cincinnati's best. Absolutely Cincinnati's best all day long. All day long. So Brian Coleman, hats off to you. Ann Coleman, super sweet always. Just, she's another one that gets up there and performs like a champ. And then, and I'm not going to dwell because I'm running out of time, but I'm going to say at the end of the night, Dudley Taft he's toured all over the world, plays like an unbelievable blues player, and good. And when I say blues, it's bluesy rock, people. It's not your old time blues. Dudley, Danny Frazier, and yeah, I was talking about Donnie selling tickets yesterday, and I called Danny Donnie when he came up on stage like an idiot, but Donnie was selling 50-50 tickets. Thank you, Donnie, for that. But Danny Frazier, Scotty Bratcher. You're never going to see this, people. Dudley Taft, Danny Frazier, Scotty Bratcher, and at the end of the night, a mashup with Danny Frazier, Scotty Bratcher, Gina McCann. Unbelievable. Brought the house down. The one more song at the end where Gina came up, and I think they were doing Stormy Monday, that it's all blur right now, but it was just off the chain good. And it was one of those things. Gina says, absolutely, everybody killed it. Yes, they did. Absolutely. But you brought it to an all new level at the end, Gina. I will say that. And I'm always going to say that. She's perfect. And anyone out there, I heard several people say, man, I want that girl in my band. She's so good. She'll be on tour before it's over. Yes. Jam was excellent. Let's see what Jim Quest has to say. Yes. Isn't it amazing? I mean, Jim Quest, and you've said it. I mean, I use Jim's quote sometimes. Jim's quote was that he's been to other places, and the Cincinnati music community rivals anywhere, Nashville, anywhere. And I agree with him 100%. And yeah, Glenn says 23 bands represented yesterday on stage. How about that? Thank you for counting. And Mason says we all want her in our bands. Yes, I agree. I would want Gina in my band if I had a band, but I don't have a band. I just have a voice, and I use it to talk about these events and to sell raffle tickets. That's my gig. It is. Tons of stuff yesterday, silent auctions, all the baskets that they brought in, and that the booze barrel was fantastic sales. We had a blast with that, but I got to say that ending song, man, I talk about goosebumps. Scotty Bratcher, Danny Frazier, Gina, Jamie Combs bum rushed the stage and sang a couple songs, and Mike did on the percussion as well. But the other part of this was just the lineup was amazing, and it was so cool. And Mason says never too late. It is too late for me. I used to play in a country band years ago, and it's way too late for me, Mason. It is. And yeah, Scotty playing notes that don't even exist on the musical spectrum. Yeah. Did you notice that too? Yeah. I got to say. So staff, Save the Animals Foundation, that's what we were really there for. And I think they made a lot of money. This place is amazing. If you missed our show on Wednesday last week, go back and watch it. You'll learn a lot about that group. And Scott from staff was on. He talked about it. You know, they got $1 million a year budget to take care of these animals. And nobody there making any money. They're all volunteers. So it all goes to the animals. And it's just dogs and cats. And it's a no-kill shelter, which is so important. And some of those animals will live their lives out there because they won't get adopted, but staff will take care of them. And yesterday we made a difference. We did. It was cool. So thanks for watching today, guys. That's our weekend update. Thank you to all of you who came up and said hi yesterday and gave words of support for All Around Town Radio as well, because we love you as well. And we love you for being viewers. So we will be here tomorrow. It'll be something totally different with my lovely co-host, Karis. And we'll be live tomorrow at 5 with some good stuff. Right back at you, my dear. Right back at you. We make a good team. We do. We had fun. If nothing else, we have fun. People think we're fun. Casey Gomez, thank you so much, my friend. And I'll get out and see you again real soon and hope we run across paths there. What's Jim McCarthy got to say? Finish the comments up here. We're going to get out of here, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, Karis, tomorrow, 5 o'clock with Hot Topic Tuesday. We'll tell you what the topic is tomorrow on the page. Watch for that and join us tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the little share button out there and follow us on the socials. So many of you that hit like still say you're invited. So keep that in mind. You got to go like our page to get the notifications. And as thank you, Gina McCann. I love you dearly. And tell Timmy I said hello as well. And as Bill says, until next time, people, we'll see you here at All Around Town Radio. Have a great night out there, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 Rock.
Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So All Around Town Radio show is where I go for the latest planned info. So All Around Town Radio show for the music that troubles my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio show. The All Around Town Radio.
Rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
It's the Weekend Review. It's a Bible coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing